Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to learn the proper technique for setting up a tool holder with some basic end mills. But before we learn how to do this, we're first going to learn the proper handling technique, as well as some of the different parts and features that comprise your typical CAT 40 tool holder. Finally, once our tool holder is all set up and ready to go, we'll then learn how to safely load it into the machine spindle. Let's go ahead and get started. There are many different types of tool holders, but the most common are collet chuck holders, end mill holders, and drill chuck holders. All three of them have the following features in common. They have a pull stud at the top, a taper, and a flange, and a notch cut into the side here. When handling a tool holder, never grasp it by the actual tool. The tool is sharp and has the potential to cut your skin. Never grasp the tool holder along the taper. This is the portion that's inserted into the machine, so you don't want your hand getting in the way. You also don't want to leave any exposed portion of your hand above the flange. The machine will pinch or even crush your hand if it gets in the way. The proper way to handle the tool holder is to grab it so that your hand is just below the flange and above the tool. Now let's go ahead and learn how to set up an ER16 tool holder. Place the tool holder into the fixture so that the notch and the flange are aligned with the groove pattern here in the fixture. Now grab a pull stud and screw it into the tool holder finger tight. Go ahead and grab a 3/4 inch crow's foot and a torque wrench. Make sure your torque wrench is set to 30 foot-pounds. Place your crow's foot onto the driver head. Okay, and when you're ready, place the crow's foot over the pull stud, put your hand on the tool holder, and turn the torque wrench clockwise until you hear a popping sound. Once you hear that popping sound, you are at the correct torque setting. Next, grab your desired end mill and find the proper size collet. Now go ahead and grab the tool by the shank and remove it from the collet. Okay? Grab the tool holder nut here and push your collet into it until you hear a popping sound. That tells you that it's in place. Okay? Then with the collet inside the nut, go ahead now and screw it onto your tool holder. Loosely, all right? Then with some gloves or a towel, grab the tool and carefully push it inside, okay? You want to make sure that the cutting teeth are exposed, all right? So make sure all your tool flutes here are not pushed in too far. The shank is the only part of the tool that should be inserted. Now go ahead and remove your glove and screw the nut on finger tight. Now go ahead and grab a 1-inch crow's foot and the same torque wrench you used before, and go ahead and place your crow's foot onto the driver head. Okay, and when you're ready, go ahead and place the crow's foot onto the tool holder nut, holding down on your tool holder, and turn it clockwise until you hear a popping sound that indicates you've reached the correct torque setting. And that's it. Your ER16 tool holder is all ready to go. Setting up an ER32 tool holder is pretty much the same process as an ER16. The only difference is you're using a spanner wrench in this case. And notice the spanner wrench has these little notches that fit into the nut grooves here. So when you're tightening it, you just want to make sure that the notches in the grooves align. And then once again, hold onto your tool holder, pressing down, and turn the wrench clockwise. And there you go. All right, so now we're going to learn how to set up your basic end mill tool holder just like the one seen here. And just like last time, we're going to place it in our fixture, but this time we're going to use the other side of it. Make sure your notches and your grooves line up, okay? Locate the appropriate size tool, And when you place it in, okay, it should be nice and snug. It shouldn't be loose at all, or you have the wrong size tool. Okay, all right. And what you want to do is grabbing the tool by the shank, locate this notch right here. Okay, sometimes there won't be a notch, but if there is, make sure the notch is aligned with your set screw. Okay, carefully lower it in and sort of tighten it at the same time using your hex key here. You should sort of feel it engage. Okay, then take your hex key and flip it over and use the other side so you get a little bit more torque here, and tighten the set screw nice and tight. And that's it. Your end mill tool holder is all ready to be used. All right, now the last thing we're going to learn is how to set up a drill chuck tool holder. And remember, drill chucks are not meant for end mills. They are only to be used for holding either a tap or a drill. So once again, let's go ahead and place our tool holder into our fixture. And notice if I rotate the chuck clockwise, the teeth start to close. And if I rotate it counterclockwise, the teeth will open up, just like your normal, typical drill chuck. All right, now go ahead and grab your tool, either a tap, or in this case, we're using your typical twist drill, and go ahead and insert it now in between the 3 teeth. Okay, making sure that only the shank portion is inserted. Now grab your drill chuck spanner wrench, and what you're going to do is this little notch right here will go in one of these little holes right here. So go ahead and place it on there and turn it clockwise. It should be fastened fairly snug, but not overly tight. And there you go. Your drill chuck tool holders all ready to be used. So when you're ready to load the tool holder into the machine spindle, remember to always grab the tool holder just below the flange portion. Okay, if you grab it by the taper, remember you could get pinched, or worse yet, you could get your hand crushed. All right, and when you're ready now, go ahead and insert the tool holder into the spindle, making sure the notches in the tool holder align with the dog ears or drive lugs on the spindle. Okay, you want to apply constant upward pressure and press the tool load button. And when you're done, you want to double check to make sure that the notches here in your tool holder are in fact aligned with your dog ears or drive lugs. If not, repeat this process until you're successful. And when you're ready to remove the tool, go ahead and firmly grasp the tool holder just below the flange, okay, and press the tool release button. But make sure you are holding onto the tool holder. If you're not holding onto the tool holder and you press the tool release button, the tool will just drop straight down onto the machine table, and it may cause damage to the machine. All right, so once again, firmly grasp it just below the flange, okay, and press the tool release button. So at the conclusion of this video, I hope you learned some of the basic terminology and features that make up a tool holder, as well as how to handle and set up a tool holder, and lastly, how to load your tool holder into the machine spindle. That'll do it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.